Welcome to the quarterfinals of the Universal Duel 2025 Championship. My name is Joy Love Akin Olamigoke, bringing you the battle of the best brains from 1001 Studio. We have 8 university, hundreds of brilliant minds, countless days of preparation, but only one single goal to the ultimate prize. As we delve into the high-stake round, expect the unexpected, where every match is a battle a match, every question is a weapon, every point is victory. Last week, we had the SMART Challenge, where the 16 university had to pitch their solution to an identified problem in their community. We have our top 3 leading university. Give it up for Bells University and Veritas University and University of Lagos. They will be taking on a project combating food insecurity in Nigeria. The showdown is going to be happening on March 29. If I were you, I wouldn't miss all this action, as it promises to be extremely exciting. It's University Duel 2025 Championship. We'll be back after the break. Our 8 universities in the quarterfinals: University of Lagos, YABATECH, University of Benin, Veritas University, OOU, Bells University, and Covenant University. It's the quarterfinals, the battle of the best brain between YABATECH and Veritas University. Game 1 for today, and also game 2 for today. We have OOU taking on Bells University. I'm so excited to be here alongside our esteemed guest in the studio, looking like a 10 over 10 plus 10 minus nothing. Your hotness is too hot for the planet to handle. Mrs. Elile, what is going on? Take it easy on me. How are you doing today, Mrs. Elile?
I'm very well, very well, very well.
You look fantastic, by the way. Your kimono is giving everything it has to give. That's Gen Z language.
Exactly. I had to bring the Gen Z game.
We have to bring it in. Mr. Michael is giving me this CEO vibe. Like, I'm the boss here. Boss. Like, it's the boss. I'm the Odogu. I don't stress. I don't do too much. I absolutely love it. We've had 32 games. It's the quarterfinals. How do you feel about that, Mr. Michael?
I mean, it's been a great journey thus far, and so I'm really excited. Looking at the numbers, and I'm excited at what's to come.
So let me quickly take you through the stats. In Group 1, we had Unilag leading with 6 points, and of course, Bells University also taking on 6 points right there. In Group 2, we also have OAU. They remain undefeated in the tournament so far. Absolutely fantastic one. Veritas, 6 points right there. Moving on to Group 3, OOU also remaining undefeated in the tournament. We have Covenant University as well, making it up to the quarterfinals. Also, Group 4, quickly, let's check that out. YABATECH, 6 points. Let's quickly have that on display. What do you think about this one? What can you make of this? Veritas and YABATECH, 6 points, but the difference is the MAC difference, all right? And that's an edge for YABATECH. What do you think, Mr. Michael?
YABATECH, they actually won 2 out of 3, just like Veritas.
Yes.
You know, and for me, that is key. Like, how many of your 3 matches were you able to win? We can come back to talk about the goal difference. All right?
Mr. Lille, let's talk about something distinct about YABATECH.
I feel like I've known YABATECH all my life because, you know, we just walk past the school every day. So I feel like it's a school I could relate with. I remember reading in the school at some point when I was writing some of my professional exams. So I feel like it's a school that, even though I didn't end up going to that school, I feel like, you know, it's very relatable.
Yeah. How about you?
I mean,
Veritas,
something distinct in relation to the competition so far is their average rates, you know, average speed in responding to questions.
Okay.
Average of 4 seconds. That's smart.
But YABATECH is also an average of 4 seconds. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. It's really tight.
Yeah.
That's why I said
to be
really
honest,
tight.
it's fierce.
Yes,
It's
and
really
this is
tight.
why it's an interesting game we're about to witness today, because the difference is very slim between both teams. So, I mean, just looking forward to it.
Okay. So if we had to put 50,000 on ground now,
in this economy.
your predictions in this economy. I'll go with you first, Mrs. Elile. You're tilting towards YABATECH, right?
I think, again, YABATECH is like home for me.
Yeah.
So permit me, Veritas, I'm very sorry. We'll see how, maybe I will change maybe when this starts, but...
No, so you're picking your university now. You cannot change. So just take your time. YABATECH, right?
I'm with YABATECH.
All right, YABATECH it is, Mr. Michael.
I mean, for me, the numbers don't lie. Right? And the numbers say that an accuracy of about 54%. That tells me that for every 2 questions, Veritas will answer 1 correctly.
Fair enough.
Looking at the average, right? And so that makes me want to put my 50,000
right?
there.
50,000
These ones I trust.
on Veritas. So if you know YABATECH is going to take the lead, Mr. Elile, can I hear you say yeah?
Think about
Can I
the
hear you
accuracy.
take your time. Can I hear you say yeah? Like, it has to be very loud. You have to be very sure.
Yeah.
Let the battle begin between YABATECH and Veritas.
Which vibe?
Babak.
Ben. The owner of Vogue is who? The famous painting The Scream was created by who?
Vincent Van Gogh.
Who designed Audrey Hepburn's famous black dress in Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Channing.
Jarat. In Pirates of the Caribbean, what is the name of Captain Barbossa's monkey? How many milliliters of an 8% solution can be made from a 50 gram of ephedrine sulfate? A bacteria culture triples in size every 30 minutes. If there are 100 bacteria initially, how many?
800.
If the average of the data of patients with malaria monthly is 25, Y, 12, 19, 13, 25, and 10 is 36, what is the value of Y? The price of a product increased by 60%. The new price is $140. What was the original price? A supermarket offers a 25% discount on all items. If a dress originally cost $800, what is the discounted price for 12 dresses?
$7,200.
If the population of a city decreases from 14 million...
50%.
Given sets A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and B, 3, 4, 5, 6, find the difference A to B. Olivia.
3, 4.
What is the pH of a solution with a Hajarat?
4.55.
What is the Z-score of a data point with the value of 8 Hajarats? A box contains 3 orange candies and 7 blue candies. The two candies that... A box contains 3 orange candies and 7 blue candies. 2 candies are taken out from the box with replacement. Find the probability. Ben.
9/49.
Complete the series. Voracious is to eagers, ravenous is to
Famished.
Ben. A bag contains 3 red and 5 blue balls.
0.
Ben. How many different 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 Hajarats?
24.
The population of a city is increasing at a rate of 3% per year. If the current population is 100,000, what will be the population in 2 years? Complete the series. Sloth is to experiment as dash is to Hajarat.
0.
The pH of a solution is 2. What is the concept?
1 times 10 is minus 2.
If the temperature decreased from 400 degrees Celsius to 150 Celsius, what was the percent decrease? If a person's resting heart rate is 60 beats per minute, how many beats would they have in an hour?
3,600.
A tank has a volume of 3,000 cubic meters and drains at the rate of 15 cubic meters per minute. How long will it take to drain if it is 80% full? What is the volume of a solution diluted to 1 to 5 of its original concentration? Ben.
100 milliliters.
A, P, R, X, S, and Z are sitting in a row. S and Z are in the center. A and P are at the ends. R is in the center is sitting to the left of A, who is the right to P. A microscope has a magnification of 100 times, 100x. If
1 millimeter.
What was the percentage increase in heart rate when a person's heart rate rose from 70 hertz?
50%.
The number 684 is the sum of the cubes of which 3 consecutive integers? In a school of 150 students, 100 offer French, while 60 offer Arabic and 20 offer neither. How many students offer both subjects?
30.
Olivia.
30 students.
If Johnson's heart rate is 65 beats... If Johnson's heart rate is 65 beats per minute, how many heartbeats will he experience in 48 minutes? What is the rate of increase of side length of an equilateral triangle if its perimeter is 18 centimeters and its perimeter is increasing at 1 cm per second? OJ.
1/3 cm per second.
A company's profits increased by 25% this year. If the profits were 500,000,
625,000.
a box contains 12 red, 8 blue, 5 green balls. What is the probability that 2 blue balls are randomly picked without replacement? There are 2 ducks in front of a duck, 2 ducks behind a duck, and a duck in the middle. How many ducks are there?
5 ducks.
Jay. What is the magnification of an object that is 210?
100x.
What star is Harry Potter? What word best describes the word hormone? OJ.
Chemical messenger.
A store increases the price of a product from $1,000. OJ.
25%.
What is the Z-score of a data point to the value of 4 Hajarat?
2.
Who played War Machine in the first Iron Man?
Terrence
Okay.
Howard.
What's the name of Tony Stark's daughter?
Morgan.
Okay. Choose the option that best completes the gap. Hajarat?
Nobody is imperfect.
What is the probability of drawing a king from a 50-card deck?
1/4.
Okay. A classroom has a student-to-teacher ratio of 20 to 8. If there are 400 students, how many teachers are there?
160.
10. A sample of a radioactive substance decays to 1/8 of its original amount in 20 years. What is its half-life? 72 pieces of chair make how many gross? The price of a product decreased from $800 to $640. What was the percentage decrease?
25%.
What is the result of mixing a 2.75 molar solution with a 6.25 molar solution in equal amounts? Ben.
Molar solution.
Who played Billy the Kid in the 1958 movie titled The Left-Handed Gun? $72 pieces of chair makes how many gross?
Three.
OJ. A spherical tank with a diameter of 6 meters is 50% full of water. If it drains at 3 cubic meters per minute, how many minutes expressed in pi will it take to empty? Who invented the stiletto heel? A package contains 6 items, each weighing 2.5 kg. If the total weight of the package is 20 kg, what is the weight of the packaging materials?
5.
Ben. A company has 8 employees and wants to choose a team of 3 to work on a project. How many ways can they choose the team? Hajarat?
56.
In Mendelian genetics, if a heterozygous tall plant is crossed with another heterozygous tall OJ,
25%.
which country is the largest producer of oil in the world? Hajarat?
Russia.
Find the next cluster that completes the analogy
EL.
Ben. If a TV price decreases from 80,000 naira to 48,000 naira, what is the percentage decrease in price? OJ.
40%.
What is 2 ppm of lead in water in ratio strength? A pilot of a helicopter flying at 200 meters observed a small boat at an angle of depression of 28 degrees. What is the horizontal distance of the boat to the helicopter? The amount of silver nitroxide.
That was such a thrilling display of intellect, strategy, and pure academic prowess. We just ended the quick bars, the battle of the best brain between YABATECH and Veritas University. My esteemed guests are still right here in the studio.
Mrs. Alile, how is your temperature? I was going to ask for water. I was going to ask for water, really. I think I need that to cool off.
Mr. Michael, how are you feeling? I see you're so excited. I can tell already from your countenance.
Yeah, I mean...
Looks like your predictions are coming into light.
Yeah, you know, my catchphrase obviously today is numbers don't lie.
Don't lie.
You know, and so they've gone ahead to prove it yet again that this is how they roll, right? But I take nothing away from YABATECH, though. I think that they've given it a good fight. It just so happens that Veritas seem to have the edge at this point in time.
Mr. Lile, do you think there's a strategy YABATECH has to put in place to win the brain match? Because it's going to be a tough one.
I think they need to relax, first of all, right? I think they need to relax. The game is not over, right? Fingers still crossed. They've come this far, so we're still rooting for them. Let's see how they play the next, few games.
So I saw a question around zodiac signs. Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, and the likes of that. So it came up, I think, last 2 years also, when I was having a conversation. I was talking to somebody about how relatable are these things. Because, when I was in school, I did not know anything about Gemini, Scorpio, Aries. Now, if you're going into a relationship, even, as a single person, as a student, you have to sometimes, some people consider these things.
Yeah.
Do you also think it's something that should be considered in our day-to-day activities when you're interacting with your colleagues at work, in your company?
You're not a function of the month of the year that you were born. You're a function of the books you have read, the people you have engaged with, the people within your network, life experiences, and all of that. So nobody is born in a particular way. We all evolve and grow and get more mature, get more wiser as we age, hopefully. Unfortunately, it's not the same for everybody. But these life experiences are what ultimately form who we are. You can have a set of twins,
Yes.
the same zodiac sign and all of that, but two different personalities.
I agree.
So that's what I think.
Do you see a comeback happening from YABATECH, Mrs. Alile?
It's one game left, right?
One game left.
So-
Brain match.
Like I said, fingers crossed.
Yeah, so we have a second half.
You have to be hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
Who will emerge victorious and secure a spot in the semi-finals? We're about to find out in a bit. The arena is set. The quiz master is standing by. Let the battle begin.
The amount of silver nitroxide needed to make up 30 ml of 0.5%.
15 milliliters.
What is the side length of an equilateral triangle if its perimeter is currently 14 cm and increasing at a rate of 1 cm per second after 10 seconds? If the price of a book is increased by 20% and then decreased by 20%, what is the net percentage change in the price?
30.
If a car depreciates by 25% each year, how much will it be worth after 2 years if its original price was $20,000?
14,000.
The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 72. What is the lowest integer to the nearest whole number?
20.
A car's engine displacement is 8.5 liters. If 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeter cube, what is the engine displacement?
0.0008.
A fair coin is flipped 3 times in a row. What is the probability that the first flip results in heads?
1/4.
In a fruit salad, the ratio of apples to oranges is 8:6. If there are 4,200 oranges, how many apples are there? A tsunami has a wave height of 30 meters. If another tsunami has a wave height of 90 meters, how many times more powerful
3
is
times.
it? If a student's score on a test increased from 750 to 900, what was the percentage?
20%.
800 cycles were sold for 524,000, resulting in a loss of 50%. What was the cost price of a cycle? A pool measuring 30 by 15 by 4 meters is filled to 75% capacity and drains at 5 kiloliters per minute. What is the amount? If a bacterial population doubles every 20 minutes, how many cells would there be after 1 hour?
That was OJ and Samuel taking on that battle 0-6 with Veritas leading in applied mathematics. I mean, this is such a fierce battle. I'm looking forward to seeing what quarter 2 is going to look like of the brain match. Let's go into the arena.
What is the interquartile range of 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15?
9.
A data set has 180 data points with a mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 8.
2.
How many combinations of 3 items can be chosen from 6 items?
20.
If the Z-score, find the Z-score corresponding to a raw score of
2.
132. Find the first quartile for the following set of numbers. 1,
5.
4. In a table tennis tournament, each player has exactly 1 game against each of the other players. If there are 10 players, how many games are played in total? A doctor who checks 16 patients' sugar level is given below. Find the mode value of the sugar levels. Given sets A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and B, 3, 4, 5, 6, find B minus A.
2, 2, 2, 2.
What is the quartile deviation of the following data set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3.
A bag contains 6 red, 8 blue, and 10 green balls. What's
0.
If a team of 5 people is to be selected from a group of 10, how many different teams can be formed?
252.
How many ways can 3 items be selected from a group of 5?
10.
Which city hosts the McDonald's restaurant with the highest number of customers?
CD.
A dog sweats through which part of its body?
Pause.
Where was Fendi founded?
Italy.
A company has 12 employees and wants to choose a committee of 4. How many
195.
What is the probability of drawing an
1 over 13.
A data set of 155 data points with a mean of 12 and a standard deviation of
2.
4.
Then taking on Ajarat right there in the second quarter of the brain match where they were drilled in data analysis. We have the scores, Veritas leading 30 and, having that bow out from YABATECH. Let's look at what the third quarter is going to look like. Hopefully YABATECH gets to settle into the game.
What is the highest score you can get in archery?
12.
In rare instances, Rift Valley fever can lead to the onset of encephalitis, which is an inflammation of which organ?
Liver.
Beyonce rose to stardom as part of which girl band? Abel began a transportation company with $8,500. He was joined afterward by Luke with $4,250. If the profits at the end of the year are divided in the ratio of 3:1, find the missing word. Cup is to lip as bird is to what?
Nest.
Which cannot be formed from conceptualization.
Petrol.
Z is the father of X and Y. X and Y is the brother of X. Who is Y to Z?
Uncle.
Complete the series AYD, BVF.
GLJ.
How many ring of power were made for the elves? Which West African country is best in cocoyams and yams?
Gabon.
The first golf ball was made from what?
Rubber.
The emission of radiation in a similar manner to fluorescence, but on a longer time scale so that emission continues after excitation ceases is what? The layer of the Earth's atmosphere containing the ozone layer. Which letter identifies the vitamin synthesized in the body?
D.
The Great Barrier Reef is
Australia.
located at... Which city is the most cosmopolitan in West Africa?
Accra.
Who can calm the hog down?
Black Widow.
Who discovered the New World?
Columbus.
Anna Wintour has held which position at Vogue since 1988?
Editor-in-chief.
What mammal does not make any sound?
Giraffe.
In what country did the Sabines live?
Germany.
Who is the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Michael Jordan.
Hopman Cup is related to which sports?
Golf.
Which organization has the most member states?
European Union.
How many attempts are allowed in high jump before an athlete can be
3.
In 2008, Nigeria ceded the Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon. The world could have ordered transfer based on 1913 treaty between which two colonial powers? Who is the most decorated female Olympian of all time with 18 Olympic medals? Which spacecraft named after a reborn bird of myth landed on Mars in 2008 among Aruna, Firebird, and Phoenix?
A thrilling second half that was every question, every answer, every moment was suspend filled. It's the quarterfinals, the battle of the best brain between YABATECH and Veritas University. Mrs. Olile, looks like the strategy was not working for
The questions were
YABATECH.
broad, really. It was broad. It was intense, right? I felt for them. There were some questions I was wondering, how they gonna know the answers to it, right? There were some questions I was also shocked about. Okay, why didn't they know the answer? But I guess again, tension. Right? Like the question around Beyonce, what child band did Beyonce? But again, I remember that maybe they were Gen Z, and they probably didn't know Beyonce when she was on Destiny's Child. So I think it was a good try, right? But again, like I said, numbers don't lie. It's the strongest team won.
Are you bowing out on this?
Again, numbers don't lie. I read mathematics. I'm a numbers person. Numbers don't lie. As much as I was rooting for them, but hey, tension. Perhaps next time you'll do better.
So you spoke about tension. How do we handle tension in our day-to-day activities? This is beyond hitting the stage. It also happens when you are, in a fix, in a very challenging situation. You don't know what to do. Sometimes you're jittery. It's not like you don't have the idea, but it's just because of nerves rushing through. How do you handle that?
I think for me, it's first of all, I try to prepare before then, right? When I get there, you still find out that sometimes you're jittering, you're shaking. Is to try to just talk to yourself. There's that mental talk that needs to happen to tell yourself to relax and just be yourself. A lot of the time, you probably know these things. You just need to relax and just, be you.
Many of us have gone through this phase of life before where we had to fail. I mean, it was Abraham Graham Bell, the inventor of the phone cell, that spoke about how many times he also failed. How do we handle failure? In university, secondary school, day-to-day activities in your company, how do we deal with that?
For me, failure is the best teacher in life. It is easy to get depressed when we fail at something, right? And it's okay to feel sad and feel bad, but just don't dwell there. Rather than feel sad for so long, turn that energy into something positive. Acknowledge that, okay, I failed. Try and understand why. What didn't you do right? Then go back, fix it, come back and try again. And this time, you will hit it. And if you don't, go back again and try, and until you get it. Failure is a necessary and legitimate process of life. Sure. You cannot succeed without failure. In fact, those that succeed have failed more times than they succeeded. Unfortunately, oftentimes we don't talk about the failures. We only focus on the successes. And therefore, we send the wrong message. But we must understand and embrace failure. Not to embrace it and dwell there, but to embrace it to the extent that we turn that energy into something positive, and it becomes a compelling force, that pushes us forward to succeed.
That was such a stellar performance from Veritas University. Guess what? Veritas University just made it to the semi-finals. I'm so excited to be. Congratulations to them. It's game 2, OOU taking on Bells University, all after the break on University Duel 2025 Championship.
Purple, where real estate, lifestyle, and convenience converge. Amplify your brand with our iconic LED screens, providing unparalleled visibility. Experience shopping, dining, and entertainment at Purple Maryland and Purple Lekki.
It's the quarterfinals of Universal Duel 2025 Championship, the battle of the best brain between OOU OOU and Bells University. Remember, OOU remains undefeated in the tournament so far, and Bells taking on 6 points to qualify into the quarterfinals. My esteemed guests are still in the studio, Mr. Michael and Mrs. Ailile. Are you guys cool? Are you guys okay? I know Mr. Michael is fine. I don't have a problem with Michael. Ailile, don't worry, you're going to be fine. This is women supporting women.
That's life. That's life, right? Again.
That's life. We you know, sometimes we fail, sometimes we win.
We keep
OOU and Bells University. Background knowledge of the school. Mr. Michael, tell us about OOU.
Well, the little I know is that it's a state-owned university, Ogun State University.
Yes.
And it's been in existence for quite a while. We also know from their journey so far in this competition that they've done very well to have gotten to this point. They have defeated schools like University of Nigeria and Nsukka. They defeated also Covenant University, a private university.
Yes.
And they have also defeated Uniport. Now, Uniport is a federal school owned by the federal government. UNN is one of the earliest universities in Nigeria with a lot of history. Covenant University is amongst the top 5 in Nigeria today, I believe. And for them to have defeated all of these schools to get to this point, I think there's something there.
There's something there.
There's something there.
Numbers don't lie. Let me pick your cue.
Numbers don't lie.
Mr. Ailile, what do you think about Bells?
It's a private university. Again, maybe taking a cue from the last game, right? Yes. You probably want to keep a close watch at the private universities, right? They came second in their group, right? With 6 points. And I think just after Unilag, they're very strong in data analysis.
Yeah.
So I'll be waiting to see that they bring that, to bear in this game. So far, average speed is about 3 seconds, but I'm hoping that since the stakes are higher now, right, that they come, with a lot more energy, and we probably see the accuracy level go, a lot higher.
All right, OOU and Bells. Who are you pitching your turn towards, Mr. Michael? So are you going for OOU?
I think I'll go with OOU.
Mr. Ailile.
I was about to say, let the best man win, right?
Because you're trying to tread carefully this time.
But again, he's gone with OOU. I'll pitch my tent with Bells. I'll pitch my tent with Bells. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right. We're heading straight into the arena, the battle of the best brain between OOU and Bells University. The quiz master is standing by. The arena is set. Let this battle begin.
Which spacecraft named after a reborn bird of myth land Ezekiel?
Apollo.
If a bacterial population doubles every 20 minutes, how many cells,
800.
David?
800.
A data set has 155 data. Ezekiel.
2.
Complete the series AYD, BVF, DRH, dash, and KGL.
FMI.
Complete the series. Molecule is to atom as word is to dash.
Letter.
David.
Letter.
What is the probability of an offspring having attached earlobes if both parents are heterozygous? EE. Kabir.
50%.
Which English town on the Avon River did Shakespeare spend his formative years in?
Leave it.
If a telescope has a magnification power of 200x and the star appears to be 0.4 mm in diameter, what is the actual diameter of the star?
80.
Salom.
80.
What is 10 parts per mole of iron in water in ratio strength? Ezekiel.
1:100,000.
Complete the series. Net is to quarters, dash is to highway.
Radar.
Ezekiel.
Radar.
If the mean and the mode are given as 35 and 30, find the median. What is 100 Fermi in meter? The concentration of a drug additive in an animal feed is 25 parts per mole. How many milligrams of the drug should be used in preparing 10 kg of feed? A baker cuts a whole round cake, which is 3 inches high and has a radius of 6 inches, into pieces, with each piece having a volume of 10 cubic inches. What is the volume of the entire cake in terms of pi? What is the next alphabet in the series C, F, H, K, The price of a product decreased by 25%. To restore the original price, by what percent should the price be increased? In a bag of marbles, 28 are red, 42% are blue, and the rest are white. If there are 3,600 marbles in total, how many are white?
108.
David. If a company's profits increase from $100,000 to $240,000, what is the percentage increase in profits?
140%. 140.
A car's fuel efficiency is given by the equation y equals 2x plus 400, where y is
1,600. 1,600.
Which actor plays the main male hero in The Pacifier?
Leave it.
What is the probability in percentage that the product of the numbers on two dice rolled together is even? The Nobel Prize was established by who?
Alfred
Kel.
Nobel. Alfred Nobel.
What is the next alphabet in the series CFHKM? Zekel.
O.
A company has a debt to equity ratio of 8:5. If the company's equity is $40,000,
64.
David.
64.
The pH of a solution is 3. What is the concentration of hydroxide ions in the solution?
10 raised to minus 11.
If every second letter in the word hermaphrodite is removed, which letter will be the fifth from the right? What is a 15th anniversary called?
Just leave it.
Choose the word that is nearly opposite in meaning to the word ratified.
Leave it. Authenticated.
A stock price increased from $50 to $60.50. What is the percentage increase? The mileage of 13 cars of the same model was tested by manufacturer, and the details given as 9, 23, 5, 13, 25, 13, 23, 22, 12, 1, 10, 19, 16. Calculate the median. A stock price increased from $50 to $60.50. What is the percentage increase?
21%.
21%. 21.
Find the number of ways of rearranging the letters of the word danger so that no vowel occupies odd space.
I don't know it. Leave it.
In a school, there are 60% boys and the rest are girls. If the number of students are 360, then find the
240.
A printer can print 45 pages in 60 minutes. How many minutes will it take to print 840 pages?
I've forgotten shit.
How many square meters is the garden if it is 120 meters long and 80 meters wide?
960 square meters.
City whose name comes from the word Nkran in the Akan language, which refers to the black ants that thrive in the area, is what? What is the percentage probability of the first offspring being white when a black rabbit is crossed with a white rabbit? Kabir.
75%.
If a laptop's value increases from 200,000 naira to 460,000 naira, what is the percentage increase in value?
130.
26%.
What is 0.05% in ratio strength?
Leave it. I'm not sure. 180,000.
Julie invests $450 in a building society account. At the end of the year, she receives 20% interest. How much interest does she receive?
$90.
How many permutations of the letters of the word apple are there?
60.
Kabir.
60.
How many milliliters of a 6% solution can be made from 40 grams of ephedrine sulfate?
No, leave it alone. We don't need it. I don't need it.
How many milliliters of a 6% solution can be made from 40 grams of ephedrine sulfate?
Just leave it.
A side of square-shaped park is 10 meters. If a square-shaped garden with a side of 20 meters is developed around the park, what will be the total area of the park, including the garden? Kabir.
200 meters square.
In an arithmetic sequence, if the third and 12th terms are 7 and 56 respectively, which term of the sequence is 28?
Leave it.
Arrange the given processes in the correct sequence for making a sandwich. Cut and serve. 2, spread condiments. 3, assemble layers. 4, gather ingredients.
Leave it. It's already gone. Leave it.
A student's score increased from 75 to 90 and the pass mark is 125. By what percentage is he lagging?
Leave it.
What is the highest score you can get?
720. 720.
What is the probability of selecting a red ball from a bag containing 3 red and 2 blue balls? David.
3/5.
Which country has won the most FIFA World Cup tournaments? Kabir.
Brazil.
In a bag of marbles, 30% are red, 35% are blue, and the rest are green. If there are 2,500 marbles in total, how many are green?
It's Brazil. So leave it.
If the magnification of an object increases from 100x to 280x, what is the percentage increase in magnification?
180.
In the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, what is the name of Jack Sparrow's Ezekiel?
Black Pearl.
The Heisman Trophy is awarded annually to the most outstanding player in which sport?
Leave it.
Ice hockey.
Shalom. A patient is prescribed 250 ml of medication per day. If the medication comes in 6,000 ml bottles, how many days will it take for the patient to finish the drug? 3 grapes and 3 apples and a box. If 2 fruits are chosen at random, the probability that one is a grape and the other is an apple is what?
1/4.
David. What is the probability of drawing a ticket with a number that is multiplied?
It's the quarterfinals of Universal Duel 2025 Championship. We just ended a quick bars between OOU and Bells University. What do you think about that performance, Mr. Michael?
I think it was a close call between both both teams. You know, coming so close in the first round, -10 and 0, and then +20 and 0, and then OOU falling short, -10 and 0, and then the last one 0-0. So I think it's really close. So we'll see what happens in the next.
In the next one, Mrs. Elile.
I think, like he said, I think it's a close one, right? We'll just wait and see.
Okay, so if you were to be the VC of a university,
Yes.
what is one extracurricular activity you're going to be adding into the sessions, first semester and second semester? Because I don't necessarily think there's that balance playing out in our universities. How can we incorporate extracurricular activities? And which one exactly are you going to be putting in place?
I will put in place an extracurricular activity that challenges young people to become more innovative.
Okay.
Innovative in finding problems, innovative in finding solutions to the problems.
Just like the SMART Challenge.
Exactly. So how do you push them to think about critically about challenges in their communities, and then not just think about the problems, but think about potential solutions and create that solution? That process transforms the student.
I think like an incubator, right? Bringing a lot of young people together, allowing them just express their creative minds and in trying to solve problems that they can see around them, right? I think that if you can bring them in like an incubator, get sponsors, and let them see whatever they have put together come to life, realize it, I think that will also encourage other people. But just to add to that, I think things around leadership is also something that is very, very important, yeah.
I agree with you too, Mrs. Elile. Tension is building, the arena is set, the stakes are high, the quiz master is standing by. Let this battle begin.
Who is the most famous cyclist in history?
Nikki Hayden.
Which fashion designer was known for his flamboyant style and use of vibrant
Gianni
colors?
Versace.
What is the origin of the brand Prada?
Italy.
What is the largest living species of turtle?
Vinci Turtle.
Low temperature cryogens is not fine.
Space travel.
What Toni Braxton single from 1996 reached #1 in the more than...
Read again.
The energy storage are of dash
3 types.
What 2 colonial powers based on 1913 treaty were involved in the world court order transfer from Bakassi Peninsula from Nigeria to Cameroon in 2008? When milk ferments or sour, lactose transforms into which acid?
Amino acid.
Machu Picchu is in which country in the
Peru.
Pacific? Which famous physicist is known for his theory of black holes and...
Albert Einstein.
Which club won 2020-21 Europa League final?
France.
Unimark is the largest island chain in which group?
Iceland.
Who designed Beyonce's glitter ball-inspired cowboy hat?
Audrey Hepburn.
What is the term used when a player finishes a hole on strike under par in golf?
Birdie.
The Spink Standard Catalog lists information
Spices.
about what? Who played the guitar solo on Michael Jackson's Beat It?
Blue Jack.
Which country is the origin of the brand Adidas?
Argentina.
That was a brawl between OOU and Bells University. Mrs. Alile, what do you have to say about that? That was fierce, though.
Yes, it was very intense, really. And the questions came from different, football at some point, and I was wondering, but I think they tried. A tie, I think they did well. They did.
What would you say about the lady?
She also tried because, especially when I saw those football questions, I was wondering, typically ladies don't,
Yeah, exactly.
So, but the fact that she was able to compete and, compete well, I think that she did well.
All right, let's go in for quarter 2 of the brain match. Let the game start on Universal Duel 2025 Championship, the battle of the best brains.
What is the probability of drawing a ticket with a number that is multiple of 3 or 5 from a pool of 20 tickets?
1 over 4.
A lemonade stand sells lemonade by mixing 2 parts of water with 6 parts lemon juice. If they want to make 32 liters of lemonade, how much lemon juice would they use? A population of bacteria doubles every hour. If there are initially 100 bacteria,
6,400.
the price of a product decreased from $120 to $96. What was the
40%.
decrease? What ratio does a trader mix 2 varieties of beans consisting?
3:2.
A factory produces 40,000 widgets in 10 days. How many widgets can it produce in
180,000.
A room is 4 meters long, 3 meters wide, and 2.5 meters high. What is the volume?
30 meters square. 30 meter cube.
If a bacterial population grows from 100 to 3,100 in 4 hours, what is the growth rate per hour?
2.75%.
If a shirt originally cost 2,400 naira and is now on sale for 1,800, what's the percentage decrease in price?
25%.
A car uses 1 liter of petrol for every 16 kilometers. If 1 liter of petrol costs 63 naira, how far can the car
105.
go? What is the length of the body diagonal of a cuboid that has side lengths of 8, 9, and 12 units?
12 centimeter.
The density of a substance is 2 grams per cubic centimeter. What is its
40.
mass?
40 grams.
How many bags of weight, 32 pounds, can a plane carry if it's loaded with exactly 16,000 pounds of luggage?
20.
If the price of a laptop is increased by 10% and the original price was 600,
Bells have taken over. That was still a fierce one right there. I could literally feel the tension in the arena. Let's find out what quarter 3 holds. Let the game begin on Universal Duel 2025 Championship, the battle of the best brain.
ambassadors and their staff are collectively known as which corps? Arrange the following words in logical order. Search, browse, click.
4, 3, 2,
enter.
1.
Find the missing word. Hoof is to horse as dash is
Goat.
4. Find the word which can be made from letters of the given word. Truthfulness. L is the father of K, K is the brother of M, and M is the wife of P. What is P to K?
I know.
Complete the series ADHM-Z.
N.
Complete the series
Tropic of Capricorn.
Complete the series Press is to wine as churn is to.
Cream.
2 bus tickets from Ikeja to Abeokuta and 3 tickets from Ikeja to Ibadan cost 770 naira, but 3
1,500.
individuals who experience extremes in introversion and extraversion are called what? The idiom rain on someone's
Join someone's
parade.
plan.
In Roman numerals,
CCL.
identify
Teams.
whether. What is the next letter in the following arrangement? DILQTYBG dash.
LM.
How many?
48.
Which country hosted the 2016 Summer Olympics?
USA.
What type of truck fuel is named after a German engine inventor? Find the other pair of numbers 1520 dash dash. From a box of 10 pens, 3 are black and the rest are blue. If 2 pens are drawn without replacement, what's the probability they are both blue?
1 over...
In how many ways can the letters of the word
120.
train? How many committees of 4 can be formed from 9 people?
126.
What is the world's deadliest animal?
Snakes.
Who is the first
Benny
player-
Goldfinger.
Which player scored 23 goals in one match?
Alan Shearer.
A company has 10 products and wants to choose 5 to display.
48.
What is the number of ways to choose 3 items from a set of 10?
60.
Given a data set with a mean of 55, a standard deviation of
74.45.
a survey found that the average height of adults
1.
in a city. Find the average of the data given by a statistic just conducted with set 1 over 3
1.
over 3. Jack recorded the average number of shoes he bought in 8 consecutive months as 12. If the shoes he
10.
bought is as follows. In a group of 14 people, how many different pairs can be formed if each pair consists of 1 man and 1 woman?
13.
A polygon has 54 diagonals. What is the total number of distinct triangles that can be formed until it is?
23.
If the probability of hitting the target is 0.3, find the mean and variance.
1 and 0.5.
How many ways can 4 items be selected from a group of 6?
20.
If 2 fair dice are rolled, what is the probability that the sum of the numbers rolled is 7?
1 over 6.
In how many ways can 5 different cars be parked in a row? If
48.
That was such a thrilling second half where knowledge, strategy, and teamwork comes to play. The schools were drilled in applied mathematics, verbal reasoning, general knowledge, and data analysis. A big congratulations to Bells University for securing a spot in the semi-finals. Oh my goodness, that was such a stellar performance. My guests are still in the studio. Mr. Michael, how are you feeling? I think at this point I should fan you. Like, fan it.
No, I mean, I'm very proud of the Bell students, obviously, for emerging winners. However, I also give it up to OOU. I mean, the difference isn't much.
Slim margin.
It's a very slim margin. It could have gone either ways, really. So congratulations to both of them.
Mrs. Alile, OOU remained undefeated before this match. And right now we had Bells taking them on and defeating them. What do you think about that?
I'm just wondering, private universities, is there a trend we're seeing here, right? Is there a trend we're seeing here, right? But like you said, I think it was a very close tie. They both did well. It was very close. If anyone had just, snoozed, really, the other party would have gone.
Yes.
So I think they're well done to both teams.
Any question that stood out for you so far?
No, I think at some point I felt they were guessing because, again, the questions now seem a bit complicated. And maybe they didn't have enough time to calculate because their responses were, but the margin between what their response was and what the answers were kind of far apart.
Okay, one question that stood out for me had to be the question around probability. I've seen that, over and over and over again. And you studied mathematics and economics. So this question has to go to you, Mrs. Alile. How applicable is this in our day-to-day activities? Because most times we have so many theoretical things going on in uni, and when you go for your IT or you go to a company to work, you don't really know how you can apply all of these things. So probability, tail end of a coin, and all of those things come into play. How do we apply that?
They're very, very applicable. So I can give you an example. Statistics, in terms of decision making, there's a lot of science that go into all this that we don't think about, but there's a lot of science. Today you see, what's inflation? We are trying to find out what inflation rate is. What are all these other terms? There's a lot of statistics that go into this, and so you tend to apply things around probability into a lot of this. So it is very applicable. Very applicable. I think maybe the problem is, in school, we're not just, a lot of them is very theoretical and they don't get to tell us how it is being applied in real life, but it is.
True, and I completely agree. And I think that those numbers help us with our critical thinking, right? It helps with critical thinking. So you are turned between choices.
Yes.
At some point, you have to think through it and say, how do I navigate these issues, right? And then comes in the probability, the knowledge of probability. But like she said earlier on, we only thought about those numbers. We are not thought about the application. And so we don't realize when we are actually applying them.
What can you say to OOU right now, Mr. Michael?
I mean, keep your head up, go back, review, and come back again. Yeah.
True. That's life.
Yeah.
All right. I believe strongly that you can do anything you want to do once you make up your mind to do it. And I think for me, that's what I apply. Once you make up your mind today, if I make up today and I say I want to be a medical doctor, and I make up my mind to do it, I will do it. Just need to focus, right? Find people around you that will spur you on. You probably want to talk to people in that space who have excelled that will probably just, give you that ginger that you want, right? But I think that you can do anything you want to do.
All right.
And like you said, education is enlightenment. That's what it is, right? It's just like that foundation. You can be whatever you decide you want to be.
All right. It's about destination time, but before I go, thank you so much, our esteemed guest, for joining us today. Thank you for being fantastic. So, Mrs. Elile, if you're not working, what would I catch you doing?
Watching a movie.
Oh, interesting. Tell me your favorite movie right now.
I don't have a favorite movie. It's just a way of binging, right? Once I'm done with work, like Friday night, I'd rather sit with my kids, popcorn in my house, my hand, and watching a movie. So I am either stuck with watching a children's movie, right? Or finding a movie that is family-oriented, really. Yeah, but that's really what I do.
What is one movie you watch over and over and over again?
So I like Tyler Perry movies, right? So if it's a Tyler Perry movie that is out today, likelihood that I'm going to watch it.
All right. How about you, Mr. Michael? What would I catch you doing if you're not working?
Well, if I'm not working, you will likely find me with my kids and my wife at home.
So you're a family man. I love it for you.
Yeah.
All right, it's destination time. Thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations to Veritas and Bells University once again for securing a spot in the semifinals. Remember, the semifinals is going to happen on March 22nd, followed by the grand finale. My name is Joylove Akin Olamigoke, signing right out of the studio on Universal Duel 2025 Championship, the battle of the best brains.